Because what about your stock portfolio, Blake? Let's say you had losses.
Okay.
You know what you're capped at?
Minus $3,000.
$3,000.
Yep.
That's right.
Okay.
So that's a cap on actually investing in growing companies, creating many more jobs, and yet we're allowing 100% deduction on your gambling losses. I have lots of my own vices, but I don't get to deduct how much beer I drink.
With me now is Doug Polk. He is a high-stakes poker player, considered one of the best heads-up, no-limit hold'em players in the world. Also the owner of Lodge Card Club and Upswing Poker, an online poker training site. Doug, thanks for being with us here on the Hill. You just heard Mark. Mark is a student of politics and knows this town inside and out. That's the argument from some. What say you?
Yeah, so Mark's point might make sense if you could carry forward losses in gambling like you can with stocks, but his point actually doesn't make any sense whatsoever, because there's also an issue with gambling in our tax code where you're not allowed to carry forward losing years. So you might have a $3,000 cap on the amount of loss you can write off in a given year for your stocks, but then you can carry that forward to the next year for your next year's taxes. Not the case with gambling. Everything is year to year. There are no deductions moving forward. Putting that to the side anyway, because I think we should hone in on the issue at hand. I mean, look, you're taxing people on money they didn't make. You know, we have so many taxes in this country in so many forms. And frankly, I'm a little surprised to see the Republican Party looking for more taxation, looking to go after money that isn't even existing from these people. So, you know, it hits my industry hard. Obviously, I'm pretty passionate about the issue, but the point remains, if you want taxes on money we made, that's fine. But if you want taxes on money we didn't, I have a serious problem with that. And it's wrong to do that to our community. I am happy to see that we have a lot of people working forward to try and fix this. I had an interview with Senator Cortez Masto the other day. She talked she's actually working with people on, if you want to jump in, sorry.
Yeah, no. I had Dina Titus on the show. She represents Las Vegas. She's the Democrat from out there. She made the argument to me that this is going to push people underground. Do you buy that?
I mean, it's a fair argument just to kind of zoom out, right? So most people that gamble, at least at some serious sort of level, if you're a winning gambler, your margins are small. You know, you might gamble, let's just say $1 million a year, and you might make $1 million, or 1.1 million or 1.05 million. So you might be making 50K, 100K, 150K. This law essentially makes you irrelevant. You no longer can actually even exist in your career path. Las Vegas has many professional gamblers in the city, but
you say it makes it irrelevant. That would and no career path. That would suggest that the industry's done. But I can't imagine you would go there, or are you?
Well, no, I'm saying specifically for like sort of the people that I represent, right? Which is like the for-profit gambling community. There are a lot of those people. But, you know, I think like in general, if we look at like how this will impact gambling, it's going to hurt it in terms of volume. And sometimes when we pass these laws to try and increase taxes, we don't think about that second order effect of what happens when people actually realize they're going to be taxed more on these things. They play less, they gamble less, they do less, they have less financial activities. So it seems like the kind of thing that got thrown onto this bill. And look, I'm not taking either side. I'm not Democrat, I'm not Republican when it comes to this. I'm just a one issue guy. It seems like, oh, we can tap into some money here and these guys can't protect themselves. And it's wrong. It's fundamentally wrong what happened.
If this doesn't,
it's important that we rally against it.
If it doesn't get fixed, and I'll leave you with this, because who knows? Just because something's bipartisan in this town doesn't mean it gets done. If it doesn't get fixed, what does it mean for Vegas?
Well, it's going to have a drastic impact, not just for Vegas, but for many cities around the country. Many different states have, I live in Texas here. We have thousands of people that this will impact who can't play. You're going to see revenues drop. You're going to see tourism drop. You're going to see jobs lost. You're going to see a negative impact across the entire gambling space. But I do want to one more time reiterate, you cannot carry gambling losses forward. It is fundamentally different than the point that was made before.
All right. I'll leave it there. Doug Polk, and to Mark Short as well. Mark's sitting by listening. Thank you both for being with me tonight. Doug, best of luck out there. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
All right. Still to come tonight.